Hello everyone, back tuning into today's second video. We're going to do weekend forecast for today's second video. It's also on a Saturday. We're having a detailed look at the weather for the weekend. Going to be some huge contrast coming up this week, starting very unsettled. And a really nasty day coming up on Monday. I mean, we're talking about gale force winds, torrential rain, possibly even a little bit of sleet and snow in a few places as well. So horrendous start to the week. But then as we go later on into the week, it looks like high pressure will start to assert itself as we get towards the bank holiday weekend, possibly leading us up to quite a nice weekend. But the exact position of that high pressure is going to be critical. And I'll talk you through that, of course, when we get to that point at the end of the week. Just to say that the second seasonal model roundup for summer of 2018 has been released. The video is here on the homepage. Just scroll down the page slightly and you'll find it above the snow desk. We get 13 long-range models together to see what they're all showing for the summer of 2018. Later on today, that video will be placed on the summer updates and forecast page, and there'll be a written summary that goes with that as well, just summing up everything that we discussed in terms of these long-range models in the video. Tomorrow we'll have some more summer analogues for you as well. It's all building up to the summer forecast, which is going to be releasing less than 1 month now. We are into our last month of summer updates. Sunday the 27th of May is the day we'll be releasing the GasWeatherViz.com summer 2018 forecast. So we're counting down now towards having to release the forecast in around a month's time. But have a look at that video when you've done with weekend forecast and see what you think. The only other thing I'm going to tell you is that the website's using full weekend forecasts going from theweatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de. You can find links to both websites on the links page. And with that said, we've got a lot to cram in, we better get on with it. And we're starting off with the radar picture. So two distinct areas of precipitation at the moment. We've got heavy showers breaking out across parts of Scotland, coming down into Northern Ireland, and then we got this area of persistent sort of light to moderate rain stretched through much of the Midlands and into eastern parts of England, particularly sort of South Lincolnshire down in towards northern parts of East Anglia and over in towards the Midlands, particularly the North and the East Midlands. Has been a very damp morning in these areas with persistent outbreaks of showery rain coming and going, very cloudy skies as well, and that area is not moving either. That's going to stay there throughout most of today, bringing more showery bursts of rain in that area. It will get lighter, that rain, through the course this afternoon, turn more drizzly, but it'll be fairly persistent even towards this evening. Meanwhile, in the north and west, those showers will get heavier. So this is how today's toxic pressure chart is looking, and essentially it's a messy picture, but this is below pressure just to our east. That's bringing those showery conditions across eastern parts of the country. Otherwise, slack gradients allowing those showers to bubble up. So for the rest of this afternoon, we're going to keep that showery rain going across parts of Midlands in towards East Anglia and some parts of Lincolnshire as well. Persistent light to moderate rain, getting lighter and more showery through the afternoon, but probably still fairly persistent. Elsewhere, the skies are brighter to the north and to the west, but that's allowing the showers to build up. So this afternoon we'll see big showers breaking out across parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, northwest England, down into Wales and southwest England too. Some of those showers could contain hail and thunder. They may produce local downpours in places, but as ever with April showers, not everywhere will get them, so some places will miss them and stay dry and have quite a nice day in some bright or sunny spells. Down in the south, underneath or to the south of that area of rain across eastern England, there's a lot of cloud, a few showery bursts here and there, but also a fair amount of dry weather. Temperatures are cold today, ranging from just 7 to 13 degrees Celsius. It's below par for the end of April, and it feels particularly cold towards the east coast. Overnight tonight, we're going to find that conditions gradually improve, still keeping a lot of cloud across the east and the southeast, still a few showery bursts of light rain or drizzle, probably dying back towards the east coast with time. Elsewhere, the showers will die out quickly this evening, and then with clearing skies, it's going to become cold tonight with a widespread frost developing across Scotland, Northern Ireland, down into northwest England, parts of Wales, because the temperatures go down to freezing in some rural areas. So an air frost is possible in the countryside. In towns and cities, probably 2s and 3s with the temperature, which is low enough for touches of ground frost. So do cover up your delicates in the north and west tonight. Down in the southeast, where you have more cloud, obviously temperatures will hold up there at around 5 or 6 degrees. This is the low pressure beginning to develop across France through the course of Sunday. Just starting to threaten some rain into the far southeast by the end of the day. You'll notice the east to northeast wind is beginning to freshen with these isobars tightening across England and Wales as well. But we start off Sunday actually not too bad. Central and northern areas will have quite a nice day. There'll be fewer showers, more in way of sunny spells, light winds. So a fairly pleasant day coming across central and northern parts of the country. Further south, I think, again, there's quite a bit of dry weather. There might be some brightness through the morning, but clouds will thicken across the south and the southeast during sunny afternoon, and the wind will start to fresh as well. That'll be a cold wind coming in from the east, particularly around those East Anglian coasts. And down in the southeast, expect outbreaks of rain, which could be quite heavy and maybe even torrential to arrive by the time you get through to Sunday evening. Temperatures tomorrow, again, it's below par for the time of year, ranging from around, say, 7 to 13 or 14 degrees Celsius. And then this is the situation for Monday. This is the facts chart. It's the human interpretation of the models by the forecasters at the UK Met Office. So you can see the area of low pressure just sitting off the East Anglian and southeast coast of England. We've got these weather fronts wrapped around it. They'll be bringing a lot of heavy rain with them. There's also tightly packed ice bars. It'll be very windy. Winds could go up to gale force around the east coast from a northeasterly direction on Monday, which will make it feel very cold and really dismal indeed. There is still a little bit of uncertainty about just how far north and west these weather fronts are getting. So still the exact track of this low pressure is somewhat uncertain and is still to be decided. So this is how we look on Monday with the GFS. We've got this low pressure to the southeast, tightly packed ice bars wrapped around it, so it's a windy day across much of central, east and southeast, and bring outbreaks of rain on and off through much of the day. The rain will be heavy and torrential. At times, we could be looking at 25 to 50 millimetres of rain. That's going up to 2 inches of rain in some parts of the southeast, driven in by that really cold northeasterly wind, and maybe a little bit of sleet or wet snow turning up as well. That would be particularly across parts of the Midlands, down in towards the home counties, where we could see some flakes of snow. You'll notice Scotland and Northern Ireland underneath this shallow ridge staying out of trouble. So in the north, actually, it won't be too bad a day. There'll be some sunny spells across Scotland and Northern Ireland, 1 or 2 showers bubbling up, but mostly dry up there. The question mark is really for parts of Wales, down in towards the west, southwest Midlands, and then down southwest England. Will that rain push across, or will it be more confined, let's say, from the Midlands eastwards? Still uncertain about that. So you will need, if you're in those areas, you will need to keep an eye on the forecast. I suspect it will be more over towards the east, but it might still come a bit more north and west compared to what models are showing. Temperatures are going to be very cold under that torrential rain, just 4 or 5 degrees, and this is for the last day of April. So all in all, a complete write-off of a day in the east and the southeast. In the north and west, though, pleasantly mild. Temperatures possibly up to 12 or 13 degrees up there. And then we go through into Tuesday, and we're going to find a weather system starting to push down from the north and west during the course of Tuesday. So a band of cloud and rain is going to spread in from off the Atlantic into Scotland and Northern Ireland. Some of that rain could be quite heavy and persistent. Down in the southeast, I think we're looking at a better day. Probably still quite a lot of cloud across these areas to begin with, maybe some dampness, but brighter skies should develop through the course of the afternoon on Tuesday, and temperatures will be back closer to average, 13 or 14 in the south. In the north and west, under that cloud and rain heading in from off the Atlantic, temperatures there just 7, 8 or 9 degrees. We go through into Wednesday, and this weather front is moving down across the country. Quite a slow moving feature as well, so a band of cloud and heavy rain in the north and the west overnight, Tuesday to Wednesday, will spread southwards and eastwards through the course of Wednesday. So another dose of quite wet weather to come on Wednesday. Some of that rain will be heavy and persistent, and could last all day actually as this frontal system stalls across central and eastern parts of the country. Brighter skies and showers will follow into the west. Temperatures on Wednesday, and about persistent rain, probably no better than 7 or 8 degrees in brighter skies, following from the west, probably up to 12 or 13 degrees perhaps. Then we go through to Thursday, and very gradually at the end of the week, we are starting to break out of this unsettled weather. Pressure is beginning to rise both to our east and also to our southwest. Quite slack gradients though on Thursday could allow more showers to develop, so I think it's a case of sunshine and showers really for Thursday, and 1 or 2 of those showers might be heavy with a risk of hail and a rumble of thunder. Temperatures should be getting back closer towards the early May average, probably going up to around 13, 14 or 15 degrees in any decent sunny spells. And then this trend is continuing into Friday, with pressure rising both over Scandinavia and down to the southwest as well. So gradually we are breaking out of the unsettled pattern, but it is a slow old process to do it, and still on Friday the gradients are quite slack. So again, I think we could well be looking at 1 or 2 showers bubbling up on Friday, but there should also be some bright or sunny spells too. Our problem with this ridge might be cloud. We might have quite a lot of cloudy skies at the end of the week, and obviously that limits temperature potential. So in any sunny spells, temperatures could be up to the mid-teens Celsius on Friday, much more pleasant and much closer to the early May average. And also have to emphasise the trend is towards drying conditions at the end of the week, which of course after the deluge that's coming up on Monday in the southeast, that will be a welcome sort of drying out trend at the end of the week. And then we go through into next weekend. This is how things are looking on Saturday. Of course, this bank holiday weekend. This is how things are looking on Sunday, and you see that very gradually the high pressure is building, heights are rising close to the country. Again, the problem with this is the exact position, because that is still a little bit uncertain, and you'll notice that for southern and eastern parts of the country, we're still bringing in quite an easterly sort of influence to the wind direction. So if we do get easterlies next weekend, that's going to drag cooler air and more cloud across southern and eastern parts of the country potentially, with the driest, warmest and sunniest weather most likely in the north and in the west too. But again, the exact position of the high pressure is to be determined. So anything from around Thursday, Friday onwards in terms of detail, I think is still to be pinned down. But we can say the trend is towards drier, brighter, warmer weather as high pressure starts to begin to build, albeit quite slowly, close to the country. Of course, we will firm up on that over the next few days. Finally, just having a look at charts and weather outlook. So this situation today, we've got showers in the north and the west, that more persistent area of rain over in the east. Tomorrow, things aren't looking too bad. It's a better day. Still some showers in the north, and this heavy rain and freshening easterly winds beginning to arrive in the far southeast by the end of the day. In between, though, and that's the bulk of the country, a reasonable amount of dry weather. And then we get through into Monday, where we're looking at this torrential rain across eastern, southeastern parts of the country. Again, we could go up to 50 millimetres. That's 2 inches of rain in the southeast, driven in by that strong to gale force east to northeasterly wind. Doesn't show it on this chart, but there might be some snowflakes mixed in with that, as well as temperatures will be unusually cold under this wet weather. Best of the weather is in the north, so head north if you don't want to have that torrential rain. Go to Scotland, they're going to have quite a nice day on Monday. Tuesday looks better. It'll be a drier day, still quite chilly with the temperature, but certainly back closer to average. Later on in the day, probably bringing some cloud and rain into the north and the west. Then we get through into Wednesday with cloud and outbreaks of rain spreading southwards and eastwards across the country, this time from the Atlantic, and then brighter skies with showers following along behind. and then through to Thursday and Friday, the trend is it is a gradual process to turn drier, brighter and warmer, with temperatures by the end of the week and into weekend returning back to average. And that could take us into quite a pleasant May Day bank holiday weekend, especially, I think, for the north. Right, it's been an extended one today because there's so much to talk about. But in summary, we're looking at a very unsettled start to the week. Real sort of dismal day coming up on Monday. It's a write-off with torrential rain, gale force winds, and maybe even a little bit of sleet or wet snow across parts of central and eastern England. The best of weather on Monday, the write-off there, is in the north and the west. Tuesday, and then beyond that into the rest of the week, looks rather unsettled with showers or longer spells of rain moving in from the Atlantic. By the end of the week, we're trending towards drier and warmer conditions, hopefully taking us into quite a nice bank holiday weekend. Right, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.